So this is what happens when you hit a tree and crash very aggressively when flying a Vortex and you have a 3D printed GoPro mount that is not solid enough. See where it broke right there? Well, you jump on Thingiverse and you get a new one. So there's our mount right there. That's the one that we'll be printing out today, so just download this. Obviously I already downloaded it. Import this in here. And we know that it actually broke right in this front area. So what we're going to do this time, so I'm going to go into Edit Process Settings. I just want to go back to my normal settings before I change anything. We're actually going to do 100% infill, but we're going to stop printing at, we'll say, 2 mils. We'll hit OK, and then we'll add another process right here. We'll change this to start printing at 2, and then this one will just go straight to the end. And this one we only want 20% infill. Hit prepare to print, hit OK, and we'll be able to actually drop down, we'll see. So it's 100% for a little bit on the bottom there, but this whole bottom piece is now going to be 100% plastic, so that way it should hopefully be a little stronger. I think last time I did 20% throughout the entire part. That should make it a little bit stronger. Then we're just going to save it to disk and send it over to my printer. So I've already plugged the printer in. All I'm going to do is slide the SD card in the back here. Once that's slid in, just go to print the GoPro Vortex solid. It's going to start heating the bed up, and I'm going to get the red filament ready to print it out. So I got the red filament ready. I actually snipped the end off just because it's a little easier to slide up through the Bowden extruder, and then all I'm going to do now is just basically load this into the extruder, and then once that gets hot, I'll push some extra filament through, and then I'll set up the GoPro time lapse so you guys can watch this. This is a little trick I use to cheat and heat up my bed a little bit faster. Just throw an air gun on there, hot air gun. You'll see the temperature start to rise much faster than it would normally. You might have noticed that I only have 3 clips on the bed here. That's actually just because the bed was not very level. It was too low in this corner when I put the clip on, so I just took it off and it fixed that problem. But you'll see the bed temperature there is still rising nicely. So that'll just heat it up, and I also turned on the nozzle heat there so that way I can get my filament ready to come through. And the bed's already to temp. That basically just speeds up the process a little bit so things can move a little bit faster. So now that the nozzle is hot, all I did was I just held this down and pushed some filament through. See it coming through the nozzle there. And then this will just be my GoPro time-lapse setup for the time being. We'll make it work. And all I have to do here is just hit resume print because I paused it so that way it wouldn't get started too early. Just pull that extra filament out of the way and it should get started. Set up the time lapse here. It's just printing this skirt now. I always have a skirt printed just since I don't have auto bed leveling here. I just want to make sure that the first layer goes down nice and smooth. And it's really not that much filament to use in the beginning just to make sure that your bed's level and you're going to get a nice solid print. Now we'll jump on over and I'll show you guys the time lapse. There you have it. It's all done, printed. It only took about an hour and 16 minutes. Now it's time to put it on the Vortex. Alright, now that we've printed out the GoPro mount, there's a few things we need to install it on the Vortex. First thing we need is all of these vibration dampers. There's one still on the actual quad. The camera, that's going to be bolted or screwed right here. The 2 screws here. This is just a little ratcheting screw from Walmart to screw that on. The pins to actually hold the mount to the quadcopter to make sure that if the vibration dampers get stressed too much that the camera plate does not fly off. This is just some 3D printed ones because you break these all the time. So I just printed out some extras. That way, if I break more, it's easy to just replace those rather than have to go order a whole new set of plastic parts from ImmersionRC. You can see I already replaced all the props, so those are all good to go. So I'll put this on and then show you guys the finished product. Alright, after about 5 minutes of playing around, I've been able to get this installed on the Vortex. Camera's all plugged in there. I just put 2 pins in the front The reason I don't put the ones in the back is because they're really hard to get the C-clips on. You have to take the whole side panel off, and it's really just a pain in the butt. So I just put the pins in the front. I think it works well. And then I just have my Velcro strap for my GoPro there, and ready to start flying again. Thanks everybody for watching. Check out some of my other videos.